Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. Today we're going to be coming back to a watch I've already reviewed quite some time ago. It's been at least 3 years ago. I wanted to re-review it because now I'm using a better quality video recording equipment, which is just an iPad, really, guys. Just a 720p iPad. And, hang on a second here. And, you know, the first video I had was really grainy, and I wasn't uploading under the HD, I guess, settings, and I wasn't recording HD, because my videos when I first started off were, you know, they're pretty poor quality. So I'm going to come back to a lot of those videos I made before, and hope to get them onto the channel where there's a lot more subscribers. I have now 6,500 people now are watching my videos. 70,000 people are watching the videos every month, and I think it's important to come back to these watches that I reviewed before with some better equipment. Now the weather's getting nicer, so we have a little bit better lighting, and it'll just be a little bit better video, okay? Now, if you're new to my channel, basically I review products, mainly watches, but I review all kinds of products, and my real passion is Invicta watches. Again, watches in general, but Invicta, I think, is a brand that just gives you so much for your money. I haven't been able to find another brand that does that, with the exception of Aragon watches. They really give you a lot for your money as well. So the watch I want to talk about today is this bad boy right here. Now, those of you who know about Invicta watches and follow my channel know that this is the Invicta Hydromax. This watch was styled after a watch by Rolex called the Deep Sea Challenge. And that watch is, you know, I mean, there's only two in the world. You're not going to get your hands on one, right? But Invicta's really smart because they went ahead and took a watch that was basically designed to handle extreme depths. They actually attached it to a rover that was going down, a deep sea diving rover, or robot, that went down to the Mariana Trench. And it's interesting because it's such a big, chunky, thick watch that it just really draws a lot of attention. It's just there's nothing out there like this with the exception of the Deep Sea Challenge by Rolex. Now, some of you may be like, oh, Invicta copies, you know, other designs. That's not true. There's been a few they have, such as the, if you look at the styling of your standard Rolex and your Grand Diver Pro Divers, they are similar. This one here naturally is definitely a copy of the Deep Sea Challenge, but you're never going to see a Deep Challenge on anybody's wrist. There's only two, I believe, two in the world. So Invicta's really smart making a watch that is, I guess, pays tribute to that particular watch. And for the price point, about $180 to $300. So I'll put a link in the description where you can pick this up. Now, there's many different color combinations. Guys, if you are an Invicta lover, you need to have this in your collection because I haven't seen many of these, and the price is going up on these, and the more time goes by, they may not be making this anymore. And so the Hydromax, as you can see, is the thickest watch that Invicta makes. Now, it's not the biggest watch, but it is the thickest watch. You cannot find another watch that's thick. I personally have never seen a watch ever made in existence that is this thick, with the exception of the Deep Sea Challenge. And I really don't know how thick that one is. This watch, guys, measures 29 millimeters in case thickness. Now, put that in perspective, or an overall thickness, excuse me, because you do count the massive crystal on this thing, which sticks up quite a bit. Now, if you were to look at your Venom, if you guys own a Venom, one of the most popular watches by Invicta, that watch measures 22 millimeters in case thickness. Your Sea Hunter, a massive tank of a watch, 23. This bad boy, 29. It is a thick, chunky watch. This thing comes up high on the wrist, guys. This one here is done in a naturally yellow tone bezel with your yellow tone gold face. It is made with different combinations of silver and silver bezel. You get it with a blue and black, a black on black, a blue on blue, and I think there's a few other color combinations as well. Naturally, you have your helium release valve on the side. You got your coin-edged polished bezel around the edge. It is a rotating bezel. Your standard crown. This one here is powered by a Swiss-made Ronda movement. This one is actually a GMT movement, so you have your extra hand there for setting it to GMT time. It's got a really deep dish face, as you can see. It really has a lot of depth to the face. You have your luminescence on your markers, and of course your Hydromax logo right at the top. And of course you can set that you set the green marker to GMT time. So basically it's your military time, okay? And you have your military time markings on the inside all the way up to 2400 or midnight. What else about this watch? On the back you have your Hydromax logo. That same Hydromax skull theme's carried onto the back. I'm not sure what the logo symbolizes. Somebody has posted it symbolizes death, but I'm not really sure. You have a little bit of polishing down the center of the band, of course, and you have brushed finish. I guess the side of the band here is a brush finish. The case is a brush finish as well. Then you have some polishing on the fold-over locking clasp. And this one here actually has a ratchet clasp as well. So basically the idea in that was to go over a wetsuit. So it does ratchet out and it ratchets in, of course. So you have a little bit of extra adjustment, which I really, really like. It's kind of a feature I wish they put on more Invicta watches, because some days these watches, depending on how much water you're retaining, sometimes they fit a little tight, and other times they're a little loose. Temperature and all that stuff's a factor. So, I can throw this on the wrist here and just kind of quickly adjust it just like that and pop it right on off with ease. A little bit more about the watch. This is model number 16962. Again, this can be had for about $180 to $300 depending on where you get it. I'll put a link again in the description where you can take where it'll take you to my links from the most reputable sellers where you're gonna get the best deal and the most fair deal. What else about it? 52 millimeters in case diameter. Again, 29 millimeters in case thickness, and it's stainless steel, of course. 3,300 feet of water resistance. It's one of the most resistant watches Invicta makes. Now, I've never tested that. That's what they say. I don't dive with the watches, so I'm not really too concerned with it. I don't really take them in water. The most water they get is in the rain. Okay. What else about the watch? That's about it. And if you're a big guy, 8 3/4 inch band length and 24 millimeters in band width, naturally, and you get your Flame Fusion crystal. Only negative thing I say about it, if you're doing any kind of work or whatnot, where you might be doing a lot of moving, you want to be careful that crystal sticks up really high, and it's pretty easy to bunk that, and if you bunk that, you might possibly chip it, and there's no fix for that. That's about it, guys. I mean, a chunky timepiece. Weighs about 13 ounces, so it's pretty heavy. I'm going to go ahead and throw it on the wrist. You guys know one thing I pride myself in my videos is showing you what the watch looks like on a guy my size, my height, my weight. I weigh about 168 pounds, 5'7", a 7-inch wrist is what I have. And you can see it is a massive, massive timepiece. It sticks up really high on the wrist. Now, it's definitely one, again, you guys should have in your collection if you don't have one, because they may not be making these much longer. I see less and less of them available. They had a huge blowout sale, I'd say probably about a year ago, where you could pick this up for about $130. And since then, I think they blew out a lot of those, and there's not many left. So, guys, definitely, I mean, if you're an Invicta collector, an Invicta fan, you definitely want to have, the most bold models. And this one is the thickest model they make, and it is definitely something you should have in your collection. Show you what it looks like a little bit further back here. This is definitely a watch. When I wear this, I get so many compliments on it and so many holy mollies, because it's just such an impressive timepiece. It's so big. And I gotta tell you guys, I'm pretty impressed with the battery life. I've had this watch for over 3 years and the battery is still ticking. Where some of my other Invictas have actually died, I need to replace them. I'll eventually do a series of videos showing you how to do that as well. You see, it's a pretty darn big watch. It really comes up pretty high. Alright guys, well that's my video, my updated video on the Invicta Hydromax. Definitely click the link in the description, check out this watch on eBay. Click that link, that'll take you to some of the sellers that I purchased from, or I've had pretty good luck with, or exceptional luck. There's only one guy I really had an issue with, and I've done a video on him. I won't beat that dead horse. I beat that dead horse enough. So if you like the channel, remember guys, subscribe. Love the subscribers. I mean, 70,000 views a month and 6,500 subscribers and counting. It just keeps growing. I didn't think we'd get that far. It just goes to show you the passion for Invicta watches and sharing this stuff with the world. It's wonderful seeing all you guys send me pictures and stuff like that of all your new purchases. Just want to touch base too with my Facebook page. That got deleted by Facebook because it was a secondary page, and I guess you're not allowed to do that. I have added another page. Click the link from the main my channel for Fat Cat Collections. Where you can click the Facebook link. That'll take you to the new page, which is actually like a business page where you can actually it's under the right category now. Is what I'm trying to say. Check that out. Become part of the wrist shot action. I'm sorry, guys. We had over 500 friends on that Facebook page. It was really great seeing all your pictures and wrist shots every day. So let's try and do it on this new one here, and that one won't ever get deleted. Subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day. The Hydromax.